Good morning, I'm Veronica Brandon Miller.
And I'm Kelly Davis Strasbaugh, and this is GoodWill Minnesota's Good News, where we get to share with you some of the good that's happening in our community.
And there is a lot of good.
There's so much good.
So much good.
You look great today.
You look great.
I know, thank you. Just kidding. I got it at GoodWill, so I like to brag whenever I find stuff at GoodWill. So we have a great show planned for today. As always, we have such amazing people.
With awesome people.
We do have awesome people. And we just want to start by reminding you, as we do every week, when you donate or shop at any of our stores, you help place people in jobs. And last year we were able to help 22,000.
That's crazy.
22,739 people.
More than 22,000 people. That's the way I like to say it. And it's all because when you donate or shop, you're allowing us to provide jobs, job training skills, and just a reminder, there are 9 job connections around the 4-county area: Hardy, DeSoto, Sarasota, and Manatee counties.
Yes, so you can go in, you can get help with whatever you need, resume help, interview assistance, job leads for free.
Free.
That's pretty awesome. So if you're looking for a job, you know where to find one.
Or your neighbor's looking for a job. Now we just gave you the power. Knowledge is power, so you can turn around and say, make sure you go to a job connection at GoodWill.
I love that you use the word power, because our mission statement is changing lives through the power of work.
Yes, it is.
We just recently announced our 2016 I Support GoodWill campaign. So we're really excited about it. We want you to tell us why you support GoodWill and join our campaign today. So we want to show a couple of our superheroes, our stars of our campaign.
Oh, and they are
people.
Amazing superheroes
Yes,
for
they
us.
are.
And the first one is who?
We have Cliff Rolls.
We love Cliff Rolls.
Everybody knows Cliff
Everyone
Rolls. Sarasota's photographer. To know him is to love him.
Yes.
So he's actually starring a lot of these. Well, actually, all of the stars are starring in campaigns or commercials that we have, and we're going to do some print ads as well, so you'll see those start popping up. We also have Lisa Lang from SRQ Magazine. She's awesome.
Oh, fabulous. And she's a GoodWill Minnesota board member.
She is, and she's a powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
Thank you. We also have Jamie DiDomenico from Cool Today. We love him.
We love Jamie.
He's
And thank
great.
you for everything you do in our community.
Absolutely. And then we also have Nancy Krongold of Nancy's Barbecue.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. And now she has 2 locations, and we're going to do a little plug-in for her. Little Nancy's is now open on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch.
I wonder if we should do a segment where we test it out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Go visit it. I bet she'd be wearing her blue ambassador cape.
It goes with everything.
It does.
Absolutely.
So if you'd like to find out more information, please visit experiencegoodwill.org as always and find out how you can become involved in this campaign. We're really excited about it.
And make sure you go to our Facebook,
Yes.
GoodWill Minnesota, and check out, because we're going to be telling the stories of why they support GoodWill.
Yep.
And again, it's called the I Support GoodWill campaign. So if you want to tell us how you support GoodWill, reach out to us, experiencegoodwill.org or Facebook, GoodWill Minnesota.
Oh, what a beautiful plug.
Yes.
We have some wonderful guests like we talked about. They're also GoodWill ambassadors. We have Linda Bento-Ray from the Sarasota Musica Viva. Ooh.
Oh, you're going to curl your tongue.
You know I can't do
Okay.
that very well. And then we also have Tim, who's going to be representing a couple of different organizations today.
Yes.
So Insignia Investments and a really cool event that we talked about earlier. So,
With Sertoma.
yes.
Yes, Sertoma. Oh, he's
Sertoma.
he's going to explain
You made it sound
where
like
the
it was
name
a
came
person.
from. It's not that I'm like. Anyway, let's start with Linda. Welcome, and we're very excited because you're going to talk about a concert that GoodWill and your organization are doing together.
Yes, we're partnering. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for having us. And we're just so excited to be partnering with you on this concert project. But I want to talk a little bit about our organization that we just started in the Sarasota area, and it's called Sarasota Musica Viva. And it's not really a new organization. We've just changed its location from Massachusetts to Sarasota. So we've been performing chamber music concerts and solo concerts and championing young musicians for many, many years. My husband and I started a nonprofit, probably 20 years ago, and we just changed the name and transferred it to Sarasota when we moved here a year and a half ago. So we are officially Sarasota Musica Viva, and a 501c3 organization, nonprofit. So, one of our first events is this concert featuring my pianist from Boston. His name is Vitas Bakshis, and he is an extraordinary musician. He got his doctorate from Stony Brook. He and I were actually at New England Conservatory together back in the 80s, and I knew him then. And then he went off to Stony Brook, and I stayed at New England Conservatory. And we reconnected about 6 years ago now, and we've made 2 CDs together, and it's been an incredible journey. So this program for GoodWill is actually his idea, because he and I have put together many classical music programs, but they've all been pretty much straight ahead classical music programs, the typical stuff that you would expect. Very interesting music, but pretty straightforward. And
when you say we, I don't want to forget to mention that you're a wonderful flute player.
Oh, well, he and I have been collaborating together. So yes, we work together. So
I just want to make sure our guests or our viewers knew that you were a wonderful flutist.
I suppose I should add that in addition to being the co-founder of Sarasota Musica Viva and the artistic director, I'm also a performer in the group.
There you go.
And thank you for bringing me back to my point, because I should mention before I get on to Vitas, who could derail anybody, that Sarasota Musica Viva is a little bit different than the typical organizations in the area, in that our core members are professional, renowned musicians who live in the Sarasota area.
Oh, that's great.
So Ann
Right.
Hobson
Local.
Pilot, who is the retired principal harpist of the Boston Symphony for 30 plus
crazy.
years, is our core member, and she was actually the first African-American woman to hold a principal position in a major symphony orchestra of the Big Five, the top 5 orchestras in the United States.
Wow.
So she lives in Osprey, and we collaborate all the time on projects, and she's a member. And Dean Anderson, who is the retired percussionist with the Boston Pops for 40-something years, and he was the percussion department head at Berklee College of Music in Boston forever and ever and ever. He lives in Sarasota. So these are the folks, some members of the Sarasota Orchestra are the folks who are a part of our group. So we're really looking forward to putting together and putting on some fabulous programs as we move forward. And we've already played actually 20 programs in the past year and a half, just not under this name. So on to Vitas. So Vitas has come down. This will be his 3rd visit to Sarasota for Festival Week, as we call it, when he comes. And he thought that for this program, that a musical parody component or a musical comedy component, kind of like Victor Borge, would be a really fun, exciting program to put together. So this is really his work. I am involved in it, but I'm not the creator of it. So Vitas is, if you met him, when you meet him, he is about as regular as macaroni and cheese. In fact, that's his preferred food, is macaroni and cheese. But then he gets behind the piano, and he's a genius. He's an absolute genius. But when I first met him, he didn't communicate verbally. He only communicated through the keyboard. So we would work together, and we would be working on a passage, and I'd say, well, musically, what do you think we should do with this? And he'd think a minute, and then he'd play a song or a tune or a dance tune or a march. Yeah, on the piano, and I'm supposed to get
You're like, I think that's bad.
I think he didn't like what I just played, but I'm not really sure. So that's how we communicated for the first couple of years we worked together, because he just does not verbalize how he feels or what he thinks, and he likes to tease through these millions of songs that he knows through the piano. So that's how we began our relationship. But I have to tell you a cute story about Vitas. One time, the last time he was here, it was after a concert. We were in our kitchen, and we were both on our computers, and I was banging out program notes for the next concert, and I really didn't want to be bothered. It was midnight, and he was being frisky, and he was sitting across the table from me, and so he started to talk in inflationary language, which is a Victor Borge shtick, which means any word that has a number in it, like B4, you would add a 1 to it, so B4 becomes B5. So he started to have a conversation with me in inflationary language, and I was half listening to him, and it's going right over my head, and finally I stopped what I was doing, and I figured, I better listen to this. So he told me a whole story in inflationary language, completely straight man, and then at the end of it, he said, she said. And I don't know what it was about she said that threw me over the edge.
We get that.
But I couldn't breathe. I had to tell him to stop. Don't even look at me, because I was
That
in
is
such pain from
hilarious.
laughing. So this is the kind of effect he has.
Without even for the concert.
without
funny.
even knowing it, you're going to just be hit with humor, and it will come out of really out of the blue. And at the same time, he's playing this amazingly difficult music and twisting it and taking his shoe off and playing a note on the piano with his toe while he's playing, a really complicated
That's amazing.
Bach piece. So anyway, if I do get to play a piece on the program, a piece that we recorded that he brought to the table, and it's called Spring Serenade by Peter Schickley. And Peter Schickley is really the focal point of the concert, PDQ Bach. And Spring Serenade is actually a serious piece of music, and it has a couple of twists in it. As Vitas would say, it has a little jazz infestation to it.
goodness.
So that's a typical way he would explain jazz, is that it's a little infested with jazz. And it's, excuse me, a little theatrical. It starts with me off stage, and I'm a distant voice, and then I gradually enter and meet with him, and so on we go with our Peter Schickley. So it should be a lot of fun. And then the last piece that we're going to do is Sonata Piccola, and by PDQ Bach. The whole program is PDQ Bach. And in this piece, I have to stick the piccolo in my ear.
Why not?
Why not?
Right?
Yeah.
I've been practicing.
Sure.
So.
Well, I mean, whenever we first started talking about this concert, and one of the things that I've been telling people is, I was never a huge fan of classical music. I mean, I knew it, but we were listening to
and
country and
cartoons.
everything. Yeah, and cartoons.
There you go.
But then whenever we started talking about this and I learned more about it, I was like, this is actually really funny. And it sounds so entertaining. Like, what a perfect after Valentine's Day gift. It's February 19th. So it's just, the tickets are $15. The
Yes.
proceeds go to GoodWill, Minnesota. It's such a great partnership. I just think it sounds like a really fun night.
Oh, it's going to be a fun night. And let's remind everyone, February 19th, and the time is
6:30. And it's
6:30.
at the First United Methodist Church, downtown Sarasota. And you can get tickets on our website, which is,
experiencegoodwill.org.
right. So, yes, I just wanted to interject for a moment.
The details.
The details.
All right.
Before we forget.
So I'm sure you listened to The Barber of Seville on Bugs Bunny.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that was all in there. All of the classical stuff was in there, and he'll do that too if you prompt him.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah, he's easy to prompt, and then he'll give you every Warner Brothers cartoon classical music riff in successtion. That's who he is.
No. That's all, folks.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be, like you said, it's a great date night event, but also youth.
That's
Oh,
definitely.
absolutely.
That's what I think. I think it would be so
The
exciting.
Utes. Bring the Utes.
Oh, gosh.
Every time I say youths. But anyway, great opportunity for the entire family, and tickets are very reasonable.
That's what I said, $15.
$15, and it's a donation to Goodwill. So
Absolutely.
thank you for your donation.
And then, so is there, I know you have great stories about Vitas. I say it Vitas. Is that wrong?
Vitas, yeah.
Vitas, okay.
Yep.
Because when you said his last name, I was like, that's not how I've been saying it.
Oh, Vitas Bakshis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
A lot
how
of
it was.
people, say Baxis, but
That's what, how
right.
No, I don't know those people. No, but that's so great. So where can people learn more about Sarasota Musica Viva and your future programs?
At our website, www.sarasotamusicaviva, all one word, .org.
Easy enough. We love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
I can't wait.
I know, I'm so excited.
And I can't wait to see the piccolo in your ear.
In my ear,
Yeah.
with a pencil in it.
That's going to be a great photo op. That's Veronica's like,
Yeah, I don't know where to go from that
The things he gets.
one. So this is going to be exciting. And speaking of piccolo, our next guest. I didn't know where to go with that one.
Yeah. Speaking of piccolos, Tim, do you have something to tell us?
Welcome to himself, who is representing the Sertoma Club of Greater Sarasota, but also the great corporate social responsibility you do at Insignia Bank.
Thanks.
So the floor is yours. What do you want to talk about first?
Yeah,
Thank
how many
you,
hats are you
and
wearing today?
Thank you for having me. I'm not wearing my piccolo hat today. I did play trumpet in high school, played a little guitar, piano here and there, but no piccolo.
No piccolo.
So I'll just focus on Sertoma if I can. But thank you all very much for having me. You were asking a little bit or mentioning about Sertoma. Sertoma is actually an acronym for Service to Mankind. So it was started about 100 years ago. The local club was actually founded 60 years ago this month. And nationally, we focus primarily on speech and hearing issues. Here locally, we focus a little bit more on speech and language therapy. So we have 2 speech and language therapy clinics, one at the YMCA on Bay Vista and one at Children's First at 17th and Orange. We have done some hearing-related donations here in the town for, if you're familiar with the Loop system, a system that allows hard of hearing people to tune directly into a PA system. So if you go to the Van Wezel, you can use the Loop system that was provided by Sertoma, or if you go to the Florida Studio Theater, you'll find one there as well. But primarily we raise money for our 2 clinics that we have here called Sertoma Kids Inc. And I didn't bring a picture for you to show as a slide earlier, but if I can show that just so you can get the logo of Sertoma Kids. But we raise money with the Sertoma Club of Greater Sarasota a lot of different ways. We have a golf tournament. We have a roast. We just roasted Les McCarty this last fall on his 60th birthday.
Wow.
We've had a walk and an art show and different things, but we've got a real exciting fundraiser coming up in April that I wanted to share with you today. So the fundraisers we've done in the past have usually been a couple hundred people have come to. And we thought, well, how could we get a couple thousand people to come? And somebody said, how about if you give away free beer? And I thought, well, that sounds like that'll probably get a lot of people to come. So we went to one of what I consider one of the most charitable people in town, which is John Saputo out at Gold Coast
I
Eagle.
love him. And he's a
great.
Goodwill ambassador.
Absolutely. And Hugh Shields has been a big help in this. And we went to John and Hugh and said, we want to have a beer festival with you, a craft beer festival with you. And they said, no, you don't. And I said, what? And they said, well, you want to have a food festival and we'll provide the craft beer. And I thought, oh, that's great. So John started explaining the idea that everybody's from somewhere. Everybody's got hometown. I'm from Kentucky. So in Kentucky, we eat fried chicken, burgoo, barbecue. If you're from New Orleans or Nolans, it's Cajun food, Chicago deep dish pizza, Maryland crab cakes, etc.
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
Mayaka.
Yep. Anyway, back to you.
Everybody's got some food that their hometown or their region is known for.
Right.
So he said, we'll call it My Hometown Fest.
Love it.
And with those specialty foods from your hometown, John said, we'll bring the craft beers from that region as well. We'll bring in some music, we'll bring in some fun, some games, and we'll make it a nice afternoon where you can go back and kind of revisit the flavors and senses from your hometown. So it's going to be April the 9th at the Premier Sports Complex out on State Road 70, noon to 6. And there's a couple other things I want to tell you about it, but primarily that we are raising money not only for our charity, for Sertoma Kids, but we're also going to partner with many other nonprofits in the area as well. So a lot of nonprofits are not able to have a big event. They may not have the manpower, they may not have the time to plan something like this. So what we are going to offer to help everyone in the community who would like to participate is the opportunity to also sell tickets to the event and then keep 50% of the proceeds of the ticket. So the day of the event, the tickets are $50. If you buy them in advance, they're going to be $40. If you buy them through one of our nonprofit partners, like Goodwill, you've already committed on your radio show, so I know you're going to do it. If you buy through Goodwill or any other great nonprofit organization, that organization is going to keep $20 of the $40 ticket price.
That's awesome.
So we're trying to help the community at large as best we can, but we're also, of course, trying to raise as much money as we can for Sertoma and Sertoma Kids.
Absolutely.
I know, I can't wait.
That's
going to be
awesome.
Fantastic.
So close to my birthday.
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys want to do a celebration or
Sure,
something.
sure.
We're going to do an event, and it's going to be called Hometown Fest, just for you.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
So where do they get tickets again?
Well, the website is myhometownfest.org, or you can like us on Facebook, My
There we go.
Hometown Fest. Tickets actually are on sale now, but we haven't started the big promotion yet. We're finishing up, lining up the restaurants. We're starting to get some other vendors that will be out there. Some of the area alumni clubs are going to be out there, and we're going to work with them to sell tickets and get their scholarships or whatever they're raising money for, some money. So we'll be starting to sell tickets probably in about 30 days, but we'll send out a lot of information about it. You'll hear it on every media source that there is out there, and it'll be coming very, very soon. One of the things I want to tell you again about the way that it's going to be set up that I think is kind of neat, and again, John Saputa's idea and Hugh Shields, we're breaking the area up into regions. So there's going to be a northeast region and a southwest region and a midwest region, etc. I think we've got a map here that we're going to be able to show how that's going to be broken up. So depending on the food that's being served, we're going to put that food vendor in that particular region.
That is awesome.
And then we'll surround them with the craft beers from that region as well. And you might hear a little bit of different types of music in the different regions and have some activities that you'll remember, rock climbing walls in the mountainous regions and some other things that'll be kind of neat. So should be a lot of fun for the whole family.
Oh, it's going to be
What's
awesome.
the Oreo region?
Yeah.
Is there one of those?
I need to double check with our chef and
Okay, if you
make
could
sure.
if you could let me know, that'd be great.
I think that covers the entire United
Is that what
States.
it is?
actually.
Yeah,
They bring people together.
Absolutely.
So.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And
That sounds awesome.
I don't want to lose fact that the Sertoma Club is a service organization
Right.
and it's all volunteers. And thank you for volunteering and doing everything you do for Sertoma. But for your regular job, I want to applaud.
Yes.
You work for Insignia Bank, which
Correct.
is a very philanthropic company in our community, and I love everything they do. So if you want to talk about Insignia.
Well, I will just let you know that it starts from the top down. Our CEO and president, Charles G. Brown III, he does go by Charlie Brown.
There you
Love
go.
it.
Charlie
Love it.
has been involved in this area for many years in banking and has always been at a community bank and always encouraged all the employees to give back in whatever way that they can. So most every employee, if not all employees, are involved in something, whether it's a civic organization or at their church or scouts or at the kids' school. They're very involved, and he is always very supportive of whatever it is that we want to try to do. So we try to give back. Being a community bank, we want to make sure that local presence is felt. We want to be as involved as we can, and at Insignia Bank, we've done that for many, many years.
Yes, you have. And again, it comes down to, and I hope our viewers, when you're thinking of a company, think about those who do good corporate social responsibility and actually give back. And Insignia Bank does that. So we love you guys.
Thank you.
And,
awesome.
We love GoodWill.
Yeah. Thank you.
We love food.
Yeah. And we're going to be there on April 9th.
Fantastic,
So,
fantastic.
and April's right around the corner.
I know.
I mean, right after we're done with the concert on February 19th, it's just like event.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. What am I going to wear? It's funny. We're wearing pink today, speaking of events, because Valentine's Day is next week. But guess what today is?
Today is.
love it.
I'm gonna amend the title a little bit.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say the J word. I think it's harsh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No,
Okay.
yeah, all right.
Dump your not so wonderful significant other day.
There you go. It is.
There's
Literally,
a
we
day
didn't make
for
this up.
it.
This is
Yes,
the National Day.
With a little bit of hard-hitting research, I found out that yes, it is in fact dump your horrible significant other day.
But more important, when you dump him, what are you going to do with that stuff?
You've got all his stuff
Oh,
or
yeah,
her
you
stuff
want that
if she's
out. Yeah, well, she's horrible,
not
too.
great.
Out. What are you
Don't
going to do
take
with it?
Do you burn it?
No.
No, please don't.
No.
Don't take that suggestion.
Been there, done that.
You are
Nope.
going to turn it into something great.
Yes.
You are going to donate it to GoodWill.
And what's it going to do? It's going to turn into a job.
That's the best kind of karma.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Hey, that sweatshirt you gave me that I don't really like, I donated it to GoodWill and I created a job for somebody. Boom. Great Facebook post right there.
Drop the mic.
Take
There
a
you go.
picture of yourself. So when you come to GoodWill and you donate, we're starting it after Valentine's Day
Yes.
because, your Valentine's Day may not be that fun, so why don't you turn it into something fun? Come donate. You'll get we're going to try to have some little stickers for you.
Oh, yeah.
You can post on Facebook. I just
I
donated.
donated my ex's stuff. Just like
And
that.
as a little kickoff, if you guys are free tomorrow night,
Yes.
the 8th, we're going to be at iHeartMedia. We're going to be having a little kickoff party. So if you don't feel like you want to celebrate alone, please come join us. So
Exactly.
iHeartMedia, it's going to be on our website, 1779 Independence Boulevard, Sarasota, at 5:30 p.m. Come join us and let's talk. Let's take some fun pictures and share it on Facebook.
Oh, exactly. And bring some of the stuff.
Yeah, we'd
Because
love
if
to
there's
see
something
it.
clearly, you're like, why would he ever think of this? Yeah.
That giant teddy bear that he got you whenever he said it was going to be forever, and then he didn't.
But we're over it now. But anyway.
Or if you have a husband who's been, real bad lately, you can just donate his stuff. Kevin.
But no, we love
Just
Kevin.
kidding.
We love Kevin. But however, and it's amazing what people do donate. I don't know if you remember, this was a few years ago. Someone donated their ex's stuff, and it just so happened to be a helmet of one of the professional football players
I don't know the name.
who had a second home here.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. Well,
We ended up, I think it was
We
reunited.
benefited.
They were reunited though, weren't they? I think he came back and bought it, because we've
not
heard stories
the
of that too.
couple,
No,
the
just
helmet
the
to
helmet and the
player.
owner.
Yes.
Not the
yes.
couple.
And he was like, my wife donated that stuff. I think it's
Sorry.
hysterical.
But thank you for changing lives.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of fun. You never know what you'll find at Goodwill. We always encourage people to shop often because there's always fresh inventory. And who knows, maybe after Valentine's Day, you'll go in and you'll be like, there's been a spike in some really awesome items lately.
Yeah.
And that's
Have you
'cause-
ever found something fabulous at Goodwill? that-
We shop exclusively at Good. Did you
Oh,
get my
thank you.
cowboy
Actually,
boots?
yes, they're going to show a picture of your cowboy
Oh,
boots.
I
Can you
love
tell me
it.
that story? Because it's my favorite.
We were just at Goodwill and we just happened through once a week. It's our stomp. And my husband saw them and said, these are your size.
Babe, you
These
gotta
are-
have
These are
these."
yours. And they were like $14 or something ridiculously.
Oh, don't you
low.
love that?
Yeah.
And they're red.
They're red.
Which-
They're so awesome.
You
Oh,
got to
those
have a
would be
pair of red cowgirl boots.
That was my biggest find. Actually, I have a better find.
Okay.
So as soon as I got here in 2014, I started power walking, and I wore my sneakers out, and I wanted a pair of all leather sneakers. So I went to a department store and I paid $100 for all leather sneakers. They're really good all leather sneakers.
Right.
2 weeks later, at Goodwill, the exact same sneakers.
Oh,
$4.99.
God.
Now I have two great pairs.
Yeah, it was kind of like a buy one, get
Yes.
one free almost when you think about
the
it.
thing is, like, no one wants to go around saying, look, I paid full price. No one wants that.
Yeah, it's so much more fun to brag with your friends. Like, oh, I got this. Oh,
Oh,
they're like,
this
oh, I paid $60 for this, and I'm like, I paid $6.99.
Yes.
I think it was more like $4.49. I have to double check the price, but
And the color's great on
I
you.
know. And everything's color coded. What more could a person want?
Oh, exactly.
So I love it. And, definitely I always tell people, you got your boots in the boutique section or in the
Yes.
Treasure Island section.
Right.
So when you go in, there's like the really cool area where it looks like really fancy. I mean, all of our stores look really fancy though, I think. They look
Well,
really nice.
We did.
Yeah.
We
You're
did do
welcome.
the marketing. so-
But it's nice
Oh, wait a
because you can
minute.
see so many different things. Yeah. What do they say? Don't hurt yourself, patting yourself in the back
Yeah.
or something. I don't know what the expression is. But if you need something to wear for the classical concert, make sure you go to
Yes.
Goodwill, get a great outfit. Maybe wear one of those little hats with the propeller on it. And if
I
you
was
need
wondering
something
where that was going.
if you need something for the hometown fest, maybe if you want to dress, I'll probably wear cowboy boots to be completely 100% honest
You
with
should dress appropriately for that region, absolutely.
dress for
Oh,
your
yeah.
region.
And she is
Dress
from
like you dress
Mayaca.
from your hometown, that's right.
I'm going to wear a shirt with no sleeves because I'm from Philly. I don't know. I'm picturing Rocky. I'm going to dress like Rocky.
Did he wear a sweat outfit, like a sweatsuit?
99% of the time.
Right?
Unless he was in
I
his
don't know.
boxing shorts.
She's
Yeah.
thinking of Rambo. But anyway, so we just love bringing on people. We obviously have great ambassadors. We're highlighting so many great people in our campaign. We have so much going on. There's always events happening. Like Veronica said earlier when we started, make sure you check out our Facebook page. We try to keep it updated. Anytime we have sales, we post them on there. We want to hear from you. We want you guys to post pictures of great things that you find when you donate in the drive-thru, which how convenient are those?
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
And we're the ones who invented the drive-thru at Goodwill. I don't know if anybody knew that.
No.
Yes.
But one of the things I like to tell people is when you drop off in like one of those random bins, which by the way, I don't think they're even allowed anymore in our area, but when you donate at Goodwill, you are handing somebody your items and you are seeing the job you created, and that's pretty awesome.
So, again, thank you for joining us today. I hope everyone enjoyed this. We love bringing good to this community, and we hope to see you next week. Enjoy your Sunday.